Hey, how's it going? Alright, so this is my Invicta Aqua Noma 4. And as you can see, my battery went dead. So, it's time to replace it, and I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, on the back, they have spots. On this one there's 4. They have little grooves that you have to put a tool in on both sides to twist it. This is my Captain America watch. Notice it has a lot more of those. And then there's this one that I have. Excuse me. And this is the Venom version. And it has 2, 4, 6 of them. So there's no way you can get these off without buying yourself a tool of some sort to do this with. So I know you can buy really expensive tools. I just went down and I bought this. It's a very inexpensive case opener. Now the problem with that is that it wasn't made for watches of this size. So when you look at the back of it, it'll tell you sometimes what the width is that it can handle, and mine could not do what it needed to do. So what I did was I actually added about a ½ inch to it with my Dremel, and then the little barbs on here, they used to come all the way out to the end. I had to grind them back as well so that they would fit. And it's actually pretty simple once you get the proper tool. They just fit into the grooves, and then you twist it until it comes off. Now, it's not usually on there very well. It's like really hard though to get them off with just your fingertips. So anyway, so once you pop it off, you're going to find, because it is a sub aqua, it has an O-ring to it, and this is what keeps the water out. So if you have a watch like this and you're going to do your own battery replacement, I'm going to suggest to you that you get yourself a little thing of silicone grease. And what that does is, number one, it revitalizes that O-ring and keeps it soft and pliable so it doesn't dry out. It also helps to keep the water out. So this actually goes back in around the edge, and it doesn't take very much. You just put a little bit on your finger and pull this ring out and then massage it in. Do not use tools to get this thing out. Use your fingers, because you don't want to damage it, you don't want to scratch it, you don't want to nick it, because if you do, your watch will leak if you go swimming or whatever with it, even if you wash dishes. Alright, so it has a little plastic case to it, and all you really have to do is get your fingernails in underneath that thing and lift up on it, which is always harder than it sounds. There we go. Alright, so now the battery is exposed, and this is the little ring that goes in there. You'll notice it has the little pins, and those will line back up. Sometimes you have to be careful because they'll catch when you try to put them back in. So anyway, let's go ahead and take that out. Now for this I use a dental pick. And if you go to trade shows and stuff like that, you can find these for a couple of bucks. Okay, there's that one. Now the battery that goes into this is a Retina 394. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out of its plastic here. I'll go ahead and put it back in. There we go. Make sure it's set down in there nice and firm. There we go. Old hand is now moving, so it's ticking. So, yay. Alright, let's put this guy back in here. Make sure that the dots are lined up and that this covers the battery itself. It's going in, but it doesn't seem to want to sit down in there very well. There it goes. So I had to lean it, I had to lean the plastic up to the left, push the left side in, and then bring it down on the right. Okay, so I've already greased the O-ring. I did that earlier when I first opened it. And like I said, okay, so this is my, I keep O-rings in here for scuba diving. This one is for a watch that is currently without a battery. So anyway, you just take a little bit of that on your fingers and massage it into it. It doesn't take very much. I've had that grease for probably 10 years, 15 years. Alright, so I'm going to put the case back together again. Okay, once I got it to finally sit down in there, I'm spinning it left to get it to sit down in there. Now I'm going to go back to the right, tighten it down. Okay, that's as tight as I can get it finger-wise. And then line the tool up and tighten it down. And you don't want to gorilla grip it, but you do need to make sure that it sits correctly. And I think the hard part is you want to make sure that you don't tighten it down too much. Okay, that's it. Okay. There it is. It's alive. Well, there you go. That's about all the longer it takes to swap out a battery. Make sure you have the right one that you need. You can usually find those online. Again, get yourself just a small thing of silicone grease. I bought mine at a dive store. You can get these online. Sometimes you can get them in little packets like this. And you just trim the end off and then you got the silicone. That's it for now.